everybody, it's Favs. So today my hair is in a high ponytail day because it is greasy as heck. So gross, but kind of cute like this. So welcome to my September favorites. October! Seriously, I need to stop doing this. So October is almost over. You know what that means, guys. Less than 8 weeks until Christmas. Today I have some fab products to show. Starting off with these. And I don't mean my trainers. What I mean are the laces. What blows my mind is not much people actually know about these silicone lace alternatives. I am a total trainers girl. I completely live on them, especially when I do my errands. But one thing is I hate tying my shoelaces, especially here in UK where it gets really rainy and gloomy and damp all the time. Sometimes it can feel really gross tying your shoelaces. You're tying them, it's like, ugh. Not only that, you know when you're just getting ready to go out, it's quite annoying having to untie them and then, you know, slipping your feet into tie it again. I know, first world problems. But this has just made it really, really easy for me because these are tieless, as you can see. I have these black ones here which I haven't used yet, so I can show you guys what it looks like. Wait, they're not black. If I take one out, it pretty much just looks like this. These silicone plastic thingy-mabobs. Once it's on your shoes, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Yeah, they never get undone, they never get soggy, they're always clean because it's silicone. It's just the best. I will never ever ever want to tie shoelaces again. Ever. Never! So before we move on to more beauty products, next up, food item of the month is De-Caf Teabags, because I'm a huge tea girl. I love tea. I have to have at least like a cup every day. However, the thing about me is I'm very sensitive to caffeine. Not to a point where it gets me all like fidgety and stuff. I would have an ordinary cup of tea at say 3-4 p.m. and at 6-7 a.m. I'm pretty much still like rolling around in my sleep because I'm just really sensitive. Back then it was different, you know, it was okay for me to stay up till like 5, 6, 7 a.m. But now I have to pretty much be up early in the morning. I know a lot of tea fanatics will probably disagree, but you know, I find that like decaf tea, now that I've gotten used to the taste, it doesn't taste that much different to ordinary tea. Ever since I started cutting down on the caffeine content in my body, like I really felt a difference. At the beginning I felt a slump, but then right after I just feel amazing. Next up, this is the Benefit They're Real Mascara. Now I've had this mascara for a while, but the thing is, I never really thought much of it because I tried it then and I thought it was so-so. And the reason I thought it was so-so then was I always thought like with my lashes, the silicone brushes just doesn't seem to do very much. Since I needed a new mascara, I picked this up again and I've really been liking it. The reason I really like it is just like the mascara, they're real. It just makes the lashes look really natural. And the best thing is, usually with my lashes, after I curl my lashes and then apply mascara, I usually have to go back to crimp it again just so it just holds them up even more. And you can't always do that with a lot of different mascaras because sometimes the curler can actually clump up the mascara, especially if the mascara is quite thick. But because this mascara is so light, it holds up my lashes perfectly, especially because my lashes are so sparse and short, you know, your typical Asian lashes. And I've just really been liking how clean and clear my eyes have been looking. Even though I already got mascara on, I can just keep curling my lashes over and over. And it doesn't affect my lashes at all. Speaking of lashes, next up, it is my KOJI eyelash curler. I'm so happy I finally got hold of this again because my last one broke. So I had to go with my other eyelash curlers and I tried a bunch, including the famous Uemura ones, the Shiseido ones. They just don't work well on me. So what's different with the KOJI wide curving eyelash curler is, unlike a lot of eyelash curlers, you can see that the KOJI one is so much more higher. And because it's higher, it means I can really fit around the curve of your eye much better so it goes into the base. Not just that, because this is so curved and high, when you crimp it, the round shape actually makes your eyelashes like totally fan out. Remember, they do make a whole different bunch. This one is actually also from KOJI. To those of you who follow me on my vlog channel, you will know that a little while ago, my best friend and I, we went to Ibiza for a beauty bootcamp with Skin Inc. We had the most fun ever, and if you guys haven't seen the vlog, then I will link it below for you guys to check out because it's actually pretty funny. When we were there, we took a skin identity test, And I've actually taken the test before, but your skin changes throughout the year. Since lately I've been pretty stressed and just traveling everywhere, the test told me that my skin was dry and distressed. So we had a chance to make our own daily dose serum, and my concoction includes ceramide, hyaluronic acid, and French pine bark. Without any pressure, we were all sent back to just try out the serum, and to be honest, I've used the serum before in the past and it did work well for my skin, but since I was returning back to UK, I knew that my skin would go crazy and dry again. So I've been using this serum every night and also day, and actually during the day is when I would mix it with my foundation. It was actually in the beauty bootcamp that I learned that you can mix the serum with your foundation. And I've really been enjoying the results. So you guys know that sometimes I like to mix my foundations with facial oil, and I loved how it looked as well. But sometimes I find that when it's mixed with facial oil, it makes my eye makeup smudge a little bit more. However, when it's mixed with the serum, it doesn't slide off my skin as easily. Every day I would pretty much just take one pump of foundation, and I would simply add 2 drops of my serum. I simply mix it up, and a really cool thing is it doesn't change the formulation of the foundation too much. It just makes the skin look extra dewy and smooth and hydrated. So if your skin is more on the dry side, then try mixing serum into your foundation and you will see that it makes all the difference. Okay, so next up, this is the Laneige Watery Cushion Concealer. This concealer is absolutely amazing, and it's especially great if your skin is more on the dry side because it is a watery concealer, and because it's a watery cushion concealer, it's even lighter. As you can see, the tip looks like a cushion, and how I would use it is I would just click it twice. And after I'm done putting on my foundation, with this concealer I find that it's best to apply after your foundation is on. I would just simply dot the triangle of light, like so. So you can also do this in your forehead, down your nose, highlight your chin, and then with a buffing brush, I just pat. You never want to make strokes because it will just drag the concealer, but you can just see how much it lights up my face. Not only taking away the dark circles, the dullness, you can see it just makes my face glow. Because I'm highlighting the center, it actually helps to contour the face. Like I said before, if your skin is quite dry, what you want to avoid is thick concealers. A lot of times, if anything, the thick concealer will just age you more, but instead you apply something that's lighter, that's got a hint of iridescence in it, then you'll find that you'll look much more youthful and it will just shine away the dark circles. Well, I've been wearing this lip color a lot recently, and quite a few of you guys have been asking me what I've been wearing on my lips. And it is from Uemura, and it's in Dusky Pink. What a word, dusk. If you guys know me, usually I don't really go for this type of lip color, but I gotta say I'm really liking it, especially for fall and winter. I find that it looks great with plum eyes, it looks great with brown smoky eyes, it looks great even just a little bit of eyeliner. I gotta really praise Uemura for the brush because it is so luxurious to apply. On the lips, it doesn't feel sticky or anything. It's not shiny despite it being a cream product. It just gives an overall very romantic look. You guys were mentioning that I like to line my lips with the 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil by Urban Decay in Naked 2. And once I line my lips and fill it in, then I apply this on top, and they both look beautiful together. Last but not least is my Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. So for the longest time, I only used this to bake. And even still, I don't bake my makeup very often. Since my pressed powder ran out, I thought I'll use my Laura Mercier. Really honestly say that after all the loose powders I've used, the Laura Mercier one truly does live up its name. It really is the best one. First of all, it's incredibly lightweight, finely milled, and super silky on the face. It doesn't feel like it adds anything on top. It doesn't feel heavy, but at the same time, it just sets the makeup in the most beautiful way. It almost gives a beautiful light satin finish, and because there is 29 grams, this product will last you forever. And what happened with my Makeup Forever pressed powder is both of them end up shattering. With this, you don't have to worry about it being shattered because, hey, it's loose powder. And I believe because this contains a French cashmere talc in it, which is what gives you that blurred out soft finish. And because it refracts light at the same time, it photographs really well. Alright guys, so these are my top products of October. Thank you so much for chilling with little me, and I shall speak to you soon. Mwah.